Rhinoceroses, with their immense size and prehistoric appearance, are a testament to the power of nature. These magnificent creatures once thundered across vast landscapes. Today, however, their very existence hangs in the balance. Their numbers have dwindled drastically, victims of human greed. We have driven them to the edge, and it is our responsibility to pull them back. Time is of the essence. We must act now to ensure these ancient giants do not vanish forever. Let us be the generation that chose conservation over exploitation. 5 distinct species of rhinoceros remain on Earth, each uniquely adapted to its environment. The white rhinoceros, the largest land mammal after the elephant, grazes the African savannas. The black rhinoceros, smaller and more solitary, prefers the denser bush. In Asia, the Indian rhinoceros, with its armor-like hide, inhabits grasslands and forests. The Javan rhinoceros, critically endangered, clings to survival in a single national park in Indonesia. The Sumatran rhinoceros, the smallest and most primitive, is now restricted to fragmented populations in Southeast Asia. Each species plays a crucial role in its ecosystem. As herbivores, they shape the vegetation, influencing the availability of food and shelter for other animals. Their dung provides nutrients for plants and insects. Their wallowing creates waterholes used by a variety of species. These magnificent creatures are not just individual species, they are integral threads in the intricate tapestry of life. Their loss would have far-reaching consequences, disrupting the delicate balance of their ecosystems and diminishing the planet's biodiversity. The primary threat to rhinoceroses is poaching, driven by the insatiable demand for their horns. In some cultures, rhino horn is falsely believed to possess medicinal properties, despite scientific evidence to the contrary. It is used in traditional medicine and as a status symbol. The illegal wildlife trade is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and rhino horn is a highly prized commodity. Criminal networks operate with impunity, exploiting poverty and corruption to traffic horns from Africa and Asia to markets in China, Vietnam, and other countries. The methods used by poachers are brutal and inhumane. Rhinos are often shot or tranquilized before their horns are hacked off, leaving them to die a slow and agonizing death. The impact on rhino populations has been devastating. The fight against poaching requires a multifaceted approach. This includes strengthening law enforcement, disrupting trafficking networks, reducing demand through education and awareness campaigns, and providing alternative livelihoods for communities living near rhino habitats. While poaching poses the most immediate threat to rhinoceroses, habitat loss is a growing concern. As human populations expand, natural habitats are being converted to farmland, settlements, and infrastructure. This encroachment fragments rhino populations, making them more vulnerable to poaching and disease. Deforestation and degradation of forests and grasslands also contribute to habitat loss. These activities not only destroy the rhinos' food sources and shelter, but also disrupt their movement corridors, isolating populations and hindering breeding. Climate change exacerbates these threats. Rising temperatures and changing rainfall patterns are altering the distribution and abundance of vegetation, further shrinking suitable rhino habitat. Droughts and floods, becoming more frequent and severe, can also have devastating impacts on rhino populations. Protecting and expanding rhino habitat is crucial for their long-term survival. This requires establishing and managing protected areas, promoting sustainable land use practices, and mitigating the impacts of climate change. The specter of climate change looms large over the future of rhinoceroses. These animals are particularly vulnerable, already struggling in a human-dominated world. Rising temperatures and changing rainfall patterns alter their ecosystems. Frequent droughts threaten the vegetation rhinos depend on. Water sources essential for survival are drying up. Climate change exacerbates poaching and habitat loss. Addressing climate change is essential for the survival of rhinoceroses. Sanctuaries offer a beacon of hope for rhinoceroses. These areas provide safe havens from poaching and habitat loss, crucial for the survival of Javan and Sumatran rhinoceroses. Sanctuaries play a vital role in conservation. They help increase population numbers. Centers for research and education, raising awareness. Innovative techniques like dehorning deter poachers, effective in reducing poaching. The goal is to restore rhinos to their natural habitats. In the fight to save rhinoceroses, Wildlife rangers are the unsung heroes. They are on the front lines, risking their lives every day to protect these magnificent creatures from poachers. Often underpaid and under-equipped, they face immense challenges in their tireless efforts to safeguard rhinos. Rangers patrol vast areas of wilderness, tracking poachers, removing snares, and monitoring rhino populations. They are trained in anti-poaching techniques, wildlife monitoring, and law enforcement. Their work is not only physically demanding but also emotionally draining, as they witness firsthand the brutality of poaching and the devastating impact it has on rhino populations. Despite the dangers and challenges, these dedicated individuals remain committed to their mission. They are driven by a deep love for wildlife and a belief that future generations should have the opportunity to share the planet with these iconic animals. Supporting wildlife rangers is crucial for the success of rhino conservation efforts. This includes providing them with adequate training, equipment, and resources, as well as improving their working conditions and ensuring their safety. Recognizing their sacrifices and valuing their contributions is paramount. Section 8. Community engagement, the key to sustainable conservation. Conservation efforts cannot succeed without the support and involvement of local communities living near rhino habitats. These communities often bear the brunt of human-wildlife conflict, as rhinos can damage crops and pose a threat to livestock and even human life. Engaging communities in conservation is essential for fostering a sense of ownership and responsibility for rhino protection. This can be achieved through various means, such as providing alternative livelihoods that are not dependent on wildlife exploitation, promoting sustainable land use practices that benefit both people and wildlife, and educating communities about the importance of conservation. Empowering communities to become stewards of their natural heritage is crucial for the long-term survival of rhinoceroses. When communities see the value in protecting wildlife, they become active participants in conservation efforts rather than passive bystanders. Community-based conservation programs have proven successful in many areas. For example, some communities have established rhino conservancies, where they manage their land collectively for conservation and tourism, benefiting both wildlife and local livelihoods. Technological advancements, aiding the fight for survival. In the digital age, technology is crucial in saving rhinoceroses. Drones and DNA analysis combat poaching and protect habitats. Drones with thermal cameras detect poachers in real time. This allows rangers to respond quickly to incidents. GPS collars provide data on rhino movements and behavior. DNA analysis helps law enforcement apprehend poachers. AI predicts poaching hotspots, aiding resource allocation. Technology enhances traditional conservation efforts. Its potential to aid rhino survival will grow. Section 10. The global call to action. Our responsibility to protect. The plight of rhinoceroses is a global issue that demands a global response. These magnificent creatures are part of our shared natural heritage, and their fate is intertwined with our own. The time for complacency is long gone. We must act now with urgency and determination to ensure their survival. Governments, conservation organizations, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. Strengthening law enforcement, disrupting trafficking networks, reducing demand for rhino horn, protecting and expanding rhino habitats, and addressing climate change are all crucial steps. Supporting ethical ecotourism initiatives that benefit local communities and contribute to rhino conservation is another way to make a difference. Educating others about the plight of rhinos and the importance of conservation can help raise awareness and inspire action. Every individual can make a difference. By reducing our consumption, making sustainable choices, supporting organizations working to protect rhinos, and speaking out against wildlife crime, we can all contribute to the fight to save these iconic animals. Section 11, Conclusion, a future where rhinos thrive. The future of rhinoceroses hangs in the balance, but it is not yet lost. There is still hope. By working together, we can reverse the tide and secure a future where these ancient giants once again roam free and wild. Imagine a world where the thunder of rhino hooves echoes across the savannas and forests, where calves play carefree under the watchful eyes of their mothers, where these magnificent creatures are no longer threatened by human greed and indifference. This is the future we must strive for. A future where rhinos thrive, not just survive. A future where our children and grandchildren can marvel at their majesty and be inspired by their resilience. The challenge is great, but the rewards are immeasurable. Let us rise to the occasion and ensure that these iconic animals grace our planet for generations to come. Their survival is a testament to our humanity, a measure of our willingness to coexist with the natural world that sustains us. Let us not